It's now time for What's Up Asheville, sponsored by the city of Asheville, with the host, Mr. Sam Parada, and here he is.
How's it going, Asheville? Welcome to What's Up Asheville here on WRES 100.7 FM. Today we have D. Tyrell, Director of Parks and Recreations for the city. How are you today, D?
I'm doing good.
Can I call you D?
D is fine.
D is fine.
I go by D Tyrell, but
D
most
Tyrell.
people just call me D.
Okay, sounds good. How are you today?
Feeling good today,
Feeling
man.
good.
There are ebbs and flows. Every day is not necessarily a good day, but today I feel good.
That is true. And we'll be playing this again, so hopefully all your days up till the end of the recording are good too.
There you go. I take it.
So, as I said, Director of Parks and Rec, and as we were talking before we went live, you were onboarded to the city about a month after me. So you're at what, like 1.5 years going on 2?
Exactly. A little over a year and a half now here
Very
in
nice.
Asheville.
How do you like it so far?
I love it.
You love it.
I love it, man. So far, so good.
Good. Where are you from before you came to Asheville?
A good question. So originally I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina. So Greensboro's home.
Mm-hmm.
But I moved here from the Birmingham, Alabama area.
Cool. And you moved as you were starting this new position?
Yeah, coming here to Asheville directly from Birmingham.
All right. And what were you doing before you became Director of Parks and Rec?
Yeah, so I've worked my entire career as a Parks and Rec professional. Before Birmingham, I was in Tucson, Arizona. Before Tucson, I was in Alaska. And
Wow.
before Alaska, I was in Charlotte, North Carolina. So all of those stints have been working as a Parks and Rec professional just in various degrees. Right before I became a director, I was working as a recreation manager, which meant I got a chance to oversee different programming ranging from childcare, after school programming, sports, athletics, the breadth of everything that we do in recreation.
Mm-hmm.
I had a chance to kind of oversee.
And now you're overseeing everyone and everything that has to do with our parks.
There you go. I have the pleasure of serving as the Parks and Rec director of this awesome system we have in Asheville.
Yes, I mean, I gotta say, as far as parks departments go, I think Asheville is doing pretty well. So
Asheville is awesome. We have
Yes,
some
it
awesome
is.
employees, some awesome resources, facilities. We got some room to grow, but the people that are in place to help us facilitate what that growth looks like are phenomenal.
yes, and so as director, because I don't usually get a chance to interview directors that much, what does a day-to-day look like to you, especially with parks, which is so, when people think about parks, they don't think office work. Maybe that's your position as director, but how is it for you?
Yeah, so what the day is planned to start out looking like may vary by the time I get to work. There are always different, I call them fires that pop up, and the fire can hit at any point during the day.
Mm-hmm.
But as you can imagine, as a director, there are a lot of meetings.
Yes.
I try to get out as much as possible, not only into community things that are happening, but also to our community centers and in our parks to kind of understand what staff are dealing with from day to day, what their challenges are, what are the things we're doing well, really have a comprehensive scope of everything that we're doing in the department and how it impacts our employees and the people that we're here to serve. So the day-to-day, it is an office job, so I'm typically in the office. So when I get an opportunity to be in the park or to be at a center or to be here with you, this radio station, anytime to get out of the office, it's also welcome.
Love that. And I do think it's great. I think the better leadership goes on sites and really sees the ins and outs and really understands what's happening. Because, you have some leadership that lives in the office and they never even see or touch what their employees are doing. So I appreciate that from you.
Yeah. Again, anytime you get out the office, it's a welcome change.
Also, yes. So you came in today mostly to talk about the Recreation Comprehensive Plan. So go at it. Tell me everything you can.
So we're pretty excited within Asheville Parks and Rec because we get a chance to dream big. I like to tell people when you talk about comprehensive plans, this is your opportunity to really think big about what it is you want to see in your Parks and Rec department. So this is an opportunity for the community to kind of tell us what they want to see in Parks and Rec. Your favorite park, what type of amenities you like to see in parks, what type of programming you like to see us provide, the types of size of parks. All of those things we have an opportunity now to talk about. So Recreate Asheville is the name that we've given to our comprehensive plan. We're working with a firm out of Raleigh, North Carolina, Design Workshop, who are going to help facilitate the recommendations that are going to come from this. But the biggest thing that we get from it is an opportunity for the community to tell us what they want in Asheville Parks and Rec.
All right, sounds good. And I see that the website for this is recreateasheville.com.
Recreateasheville.com. So we have a survey that we're asking everyone in the community to fill out. So you can find that at recreateasheville.com, as well as a little more information about the comp plan. The biggest thing is us having a chance to assess what our current needs are. So through this process, we're taking a look at all of our parks, all of our community centers. We're looking at the need. We're going to hopefully couple that with what we hear from the community, what we hear from employees that are working within the department, the professional goals and aspirations that we have from a leadership team, trying to marry all of that together to try to get to a recommendation on what our future looks like moving forward. So, yeah.
So just to make it clear, the process, the part of the process you're at now is gathering all that input to then use it all to create a plan to move forward. So we won't be seeing changes for some time, which is part of the, comprehensive planning process. So I guess my main question right now, it is the first time I hear of this, is how long do we have as a community to participate and answer these survey questions?
Good question, Sam. So the survey and the public engagement portion of the plan is happening now through November 20th.
November 20th.
So the website will be up throughout. We'll provide updates about how things are progressing throughout the plan over the course of the next year. But the opportunity for citizens to get involved and get engaged
is now.
So we got some community workshops coming up.
Do you have any dates on those?
I should know these off the top of my head, but October 5th, 6th, 9th, and 12th. If you go to the recreateasheville.com website, it'll give you the details on location and time.
Perfect.
Unfortunately, I don't have that memorized.
It's okay.
But yes, this week and some of next week would be an opportunity for citizens to come out to the workshops, actually engage with some staff, ask whatever questions you have. I'm sure there are citizens that live near certain parks, or there's certain amenities or programs they'd like to see in their Parks and Rec department. We're happy to engage in those conversations at that time. But if you don't feel comfortable coming out, or you can't make it out for whatever reason, the survey is there. So citizens can get involved and engage and provide their feedback that way. I will warn people that the survey would take about 10 to 15 minutes to complete. So as you go to the website, just kind of prepare yourself that it's going to take a minute, but it's well worth it.
I mean, it is a comprehensive study.
Exactly,
or
man.
not study, plan. So yeah, I mean, and these are things that matter, and things that matter take time.
Yes.
We can't just go and put a new playground somewhere. Like, it takes time, especially for quality services, which is what we want to provide.
I like to tell people that we have a pretty expansive system. We have 10 rec centers throughout town. We have over 75 parks spread out throughout town. And all of them need some level of love and some level of investment. But in order to understand everything that needs to happen, we got to do this type of planning up front. And it doesn't make any sense to kind of band-aid the problems that we have within the department unless we have a comprehensive understanding of everything that needs to be done. So we start with a comprehensive plan, and then we start getting to how do we make those improvements.
I was going to say, do you know if there's going to be any opportunity for these public meetings to be attended online, or are they only in person?
Right now, they're in person.
Only in person. Okay.
Only in person.
So if you cannot attend, then go to the website.
Go to the website, stay abreast of what's going on, and complete the survey.
And if you can, do come out. I mean, if there's going to be staff, we just had the Neighborhoods Festival. Yep. And, we had city employees there to meet you. We had neighborhoods representatives. And it's just nice to go out and meet new people and, actually talk to them face to face and say, hey, I worked the summer plan with your son or daughter. Like, I'm the person who did that. Nice to meet you.
It is always welcome to be engaging with folk. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the face-to-face contact, there's no replacement for it.
I know now that, COVID is finally showing its tail end, it's just nice to talk to people face-to-face.
Agree. And we welcome that.
Mm-hmm. Can you give me a couple examples of the types of questions that you can find in the survey outside of your favorite park or what amenities you want? Are there any more specific things?
Good question. So the survey is really like a needs assessment. It gives the citizens, those who live and work here in Asheville, an opportunity to provide this feedback. Specific questions may be, what's your favorite park? Mm-hmm. What do you specifically like about that park? What are your favorite programs offered by the department? What are your top 3 or 4 program ideas that you'd like to see the department do more of? Cost. How does cost impact your family from participating in programs? So these are some types of questions that we're trying to pull out of citizens so that we can understand how to best move forward with programming, comprehensive capital projects and planning, and just overall growth, and how do we move forward. I will say that our plan, a lot of times when you talk about comprehensive plans, you're talking about, the new and shiny things that you can bring to a department. And our focus is on how do we improve those current existing facilities and infrastructure that we have in place. It's not to say that we won't get anything new out of this down the road, but our focus is really on making improvements to the existing system.
I love that because, we can put in new pipes, but the ones that we have are fine. So let's just fix them up, and then if we get new ones, we'll put them in.
There you go.
It seems to me like the questions will be very open-ended, where people can, type in sentences and actually explain how they feel. Is that correct, or are they just multiple choice?
It's both.
It's okay.
Both. So there's some options that people would be able to select, as well as some open-ended questions like, what's your favorite park, or your favorite type of Parks and Rec program.
Right, because you're not going to have 75 parks as like a list. I guess my one idea that I can give to the public or listeners right now is, open the survey, do it, but also bring your child to answer it with you. Because, I feel like children are oftentimes excluded from these type of answers. And I assume that they make the bulk of people who use parks. Am I correct in that?
Well, they're certainly the bulk of the people who participate in our programs. Yes. The parks, we like to think of our system as being open to all people. So regardless of your age, skill, ability, we have something within the Asheville Parks and Rec system for you, but certainly youth are oftentimes forgot about. At the workshops that we're going to be doing, there is a kids table.
Love that.
So there's an opportunity for kids to kind of draw out what they like to see in the park, or things they like to do in Parks and Rec. What are their leisure activities that they're most involved in?
Yep.
There will be that opportunity. But yes, I love your suggestion of, as parents, of filling out the survey. Yeah, maybe have your kids sitting beside you so you can get their viewpoint also.
Yeah, they'll tell you everything they need. I mean, I assume those answers might be a little funny at the end of the day, but it matters anyway. And I do feel that parks is the one department within the city that children are the most involved with. You don't have children paying water bills or stuff like that. So
just using up all the water. No.
Oh my God, my dad hated me when I was a teenager. So anything else about the comprehensive plan that you want to talk about, or are you ready to move on to a different topic?
Sure. Fill out the survey. Go to
Fill it out.
recreateasheville.com. If you have a problem finding it, you can always go to the city's website, look up departments, go to Parks and Rec, and the survey is on our Parks and Rec front page.
And I assume, I don't want to put people on the spot, but if you have questions, I assume the public can send emails or maybe make a phone call to like get help from Sony Parks.
Exactly. There is a email address and phone number also associated with both the website as well as the comp plan website specifically, if you have more questions and you just want to talk through some things. Yeah.
Sounds good. Perfect. Thank you. Let's go over the benefits of Parks and Rec, because you wouldn't be doing a comprehensive plan unless parks was important. So go at it.
A few things to keep in mind. I think when you talk about Parks and Rec as a system, as an industry, health and wellness are the biggest benefit that comes to mind. People understand youth sports, adult sports, wellness programs and activities. These are the things most people connect naturally with their local Parks and Rec department. It provides just a wealth of opportunity for people to get out and get to a park, be it that a local municipal park or your state park or national parks. Opportunity to get engaged and involved. Those sport activities that people did when they were in middle school and high school. It's an opportunity to engage in adult sport activities, ways that we can just stay healthy. Those skills that we develop early and have for a lifetime. That's one. Equity piece is a piece that's not often associated with Parks and Rec, but as an industry, we like to say that we are one of the first industries that really started doing this equity work. Putting the emphasis and focus on it. Although we didn't have a clear roadmap of what equity work looks like in Parks and Rec, we knew it was something that was important to the constituents and people who are working in the industry and serving people. So actually looking at what types of parks do we have in certain neighborhoods, why are these disparities exist, how can we work to improve that, what are some things we can do to do a better job. So equity work is another significant piece. And then the environment and conservation piece. Those are the overarching things when you're talking about the benefits of Parks and Rec. But specifically here in Asheville, we're pretty blessed. I mentioned earlier that we have 10 recreation centers. We're a community of less than 100,000, and we have 10 rec centers in town. So we have ample room and space for people to come together, build community, and stay involved and engaged. We have over 75 different types of parks in our system. So that ranges from parks with playgrounds, that includes our swimming pools, that includes just open spaces where people can just go and relax and be near and next to nature. We have an abundance of opportunity for people to get involved within our system. And then we have a growing greenway system. So there are a number of communities that wish they had paved greenways in their neighborhoods that are accessible to all people. So,
and that goes through parks.
Some of them go through parks. Some of them are in neighborhoods. Some of them are connecting spaces. But yeah, we're growing our greenway system.
That's great. I would love to go back a little bit, and if you can tell me more about how you've been working on creating a more equitable space on parks and what that means, a little more in depth, and how, and I guess it can help by, since I'm not an expert in the subject, explain to me how these spaces were not equitable, or maybe how they could be improved to be more equitable.
So industry-wise, what we started recognizing across the country is in the world of Parks and Rec that we had certain neighborhoods that had better looking parks, or certain neighborhoods that the swimming pool was located there, or the greenways were only located on this side of town. And as industry professionals started looking at that and looking at the work and services that Parks and Rec provide to citizens, we started seeing these disparities and these inequities. So the industry started recognizing that equity work is important. We have these disparities, and we know that certain neighborhoods, due to the ugly racial history of this country, just don't have the same opportunities that your more affluent, well-off neighborhoods that have very vocal advocates have. So that's kind of where it jumped off from within the Parks and Rec system. Here in Asheville, we were one of the first departments, I think the first department, to actually have an equity action plan. So my predecessor, Roderick Simmons, was very instrumental in getting the department to start looking at talking about identifying what are some actionable steps, what are some tangible things that we can be doing within the Asheville system to provide equitable opportunities. Now, we still got a long way to go.
Of course.
We're not there. We certainly recognize that we'd like to be doing more to our marginalized community, providing more services, having citizens that we don't see in our programs now come out and actively start participating more. We got some work to do.
Yeah, and you know, the city itself, as you know, we just created a citywide racial equity action plan. So you know, it's an ongoing, never-ending process, and I think, to me, what matters the most is that we're not only just doing it, we're taking, you know, active steps forwards. So I find that very hopeful that Parks has not only identified that, but already taken steps for improving equitability within Asheville.
Yeah, and I will point out that our team, again, we have an awesome group of employees that are coming together, planning the different activities, events, and programs that the department is offering. They certainly are putting it out there and making all of our programming accessible to all people. We just got some work to do with actually capturing the folk that we want to see in our programs.
Yep. All right. So with that being said, you know, benefits of Parks, both physical, mental, and social. Yeah. So much to offer, really. And, you know, I feel like people tend to think of Parks and Rec like with a show.
The television show?
Yes, the television show.
We have a love-hate relationship with the actual TV show.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's not until you go out and start meeting the actual people who work in the Parks department and, you know, participating in the programs that you start noticing that, oh, it's real. It's not a comedy. But it's a very positive experience, I feel like. So we have you and every Parks employee to thank for that. So thank you from behalf of anyone who uses a park in the city.
I give a big shout out to Asheville Parks and Rec employees. Again, I'm a little biased, but I think they're some of the best professionals that we have.
Yes, I agree. I mean, I work with some of them regularly, and we have some good people here.
We have awesome employees. Yeah.
We have only a few minutes left. Do you want to rush over the fall program of 2023?
Oh, man. Yes. Time flies.
I know.
So a few things I want to make people aware of. If you're new to Asheville and you haven't yet visited a park, I'm sure that there is a park or an open space or a greenway near where you are. We do have a comprehensive list of all of our parks on our website. So just Google Asheville Parks and Rec and check out a park, greenway, or open space near you. I want to give a shout out to our park maintenance crew. We call them our asset team within the department. They do an awesome job of maintaining all of our ball fields, our park spaces, greenways. They're just a phenomenal group of men and women maintaining our system, keeping our restrooms clean, etc. Some fall programs that we have coming up. We do have fitness centers at both Stevens Lee Community Center and Shiloh. So I want to remind citizens that if you're looking for a low to free place to go and work out, you got your Stevens Lee Rec Center, Shiloh Community Center, where you can go and utilize those services. I do want to point out that youth up to 18 years old or 18 and under, and adults 60 plus have free access to these spaces. There is a fee of $50 a year for residents. There may be a slightly elevated fee for those who don't live in Asheville, but check out our fitness centers. We have community basketball happening, so we have 4 centers where people can just take a look at the times that is offered when citizens can just drop into any of the rec centers and just have open basketball, man. Same thing with pickleball. We have pickleball passes. Pickleball is the pickleball community likes to remind me that it is the fastest growing sport in the country. We recognize that we have some outdoor courts, but we also have some indoor spaces at our community centers. People can purchase a pickleball pass, come in and enjoy pickleball activities. Skate night is coming up October 20th.
Is that the Halloween skate event?
I think that's the one where you come dressed in a costume.
Oh my God,
You've
yes.
heard about
That's
it.
the one in, what's that park?
Carrier Park.
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't have a chance to attend last year, but
dude, you gotta come check it out.
I know. I got my Halloween costume all set up, so
Come check out Skate Night October 20th. We have staff out there that have concession stand. We do have some skates. We encourage people to bring their own, but if you don't have it, still come out, check it out. We may have a pair of skates your size. Southside Halloween Festival is October 23rd. So Southside community, we're inviting people down to the Grant Center to enjoy a community festival centered around Halloween events. I think our big signature event during this month is, can't pass this one up, is the haunted castle on the hill. Okay. Which is held at the historic Stevens Lee Recreation Center. This is a big one for us. Our staff go all out. We're getting Stevens Lee decked out with all the Halloween decorations. I hear it's pretty scary. So if you're in for a horror story or to be pleasantly surprised by how scary it is, you will enjoy the haunted house on the castle.
And what date is that one?
That is October 27th and 28th. Okay. The Haunted Castle on the Hill is what I just meant to say.
I know that last year the line was pretty long, so
yes.
Be prepared and show up early if you want to get those early scares in.
Did you enjoy it?
I didn't get a chance to go.
Oh, you just heard about it?
I heard about it, and by the time that I was getting ready to go, my friends like, the line's way too long. Like, you're not gonna make it.
I said it was popular.
It is very popular, so.
And then we do have a host of December holiday events coming up. I would invite folks to check out our activity guide, which has a complete listing of all of our fall programs now through the end of December. Okay. And it's a combination of things happening at all of the rec centers as well as some other special events happening.
And there was, I know, I've made the show before, I think last year with Christo and I forget who else, but they told us about holiday events and Thanksgiving events too. And there were some events specifically for the youth community and for the elderly community. So, there's going to be something for everyone.
There is something for everyone. I'm glad you pointed that out just real quickly. So we do, in addition to all the programming that we have going on at the community centers, again, we have 10 throughout town. But I do want to call out that we have a TR program over at Murphy Oakley Center.
What's TR?
TR is Therapeutic Recreation. Okay. It's recreation programming really designed for a special needs population, both youth and adults. So we have a tremendous, fabulous team over at Murphy Oakley providing that programming. Check them out. We have senior programming happening at both Grove Street and Harvest House. So if you're a citizen, 60 plus, looking to remain active, get engaged, we have a wealth of activities happening at both those centers. We have outdoor and outreach programming that is happening within the department. So that is not specific to any center, but just something that is going on. And then adult and youth sports. So a lot happening within Asheville Parks and Rec.
And we only have like 45 seconds left of the show, so we cannot go over them all. But, well, thank you so much, Tyrell. I'm going to say your full name for, this wealth of information, really. Just a quick reminder, go to recreateasheville.com, fill out that survey. You're going to be helping us a lot to really make improvements and prioritize what your needs are. And yeah, just check out the website for a list of fall and I guess into winter activities. and sign up for whatever you can. It's a great place to be outdoors here in Asheville.
Sam, I appreciate the opportunity to talk about all of the great things we have going on in Asheville Parks and Rec.
Yes, and thank you so much for coming. And that's all the time we have for today here on What's Up Asheville on WRES 100.7 FM. We'll see you next time, Asheville. Be good to one another.
You've been listening to What's Up Asheville, sponsored by the City of Asheville in collaboration with WRES 100.7 FM. This program will re-air every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12:30. Thank you for listening.